So my name is Nathaniel Arcena, and this is my speech. Right here is my audience. I couldn't get 3 people for this, so I gotta make do with what I can. So today I'm gonna be informing you guys on what El Clasico is, and also the peak of El Clasico. So what is El Clasico? Well, El Clasico is a name given to any game played between the two Spanish football giants, FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. It is well known for the intensity and the iconic moments that happen within each of these matches. It translates to the classic in English, and according to Go.com in an article titled "What is El Clasico?", Go states that the term to refer to this rivalry wasn't always named El Clasico, as it was actually called the Derby instead. In the early 2000s, the Spanish Footballing Federation took inspiration from the South American teams who used the term Clasico to refer to high-intensity football matches, and thus they named this rivalry El Clasico. It's one of the biggest sports rivalries in the world, breaking in over 90,000 viewers in attendance, and also averaging about 500 million people, or 500 million viewers from around the world. Both teams are the most successful clubs in the world, with well-decorated trophy cabinets and are always filled with top-class talent. Throughout the past century, Real Madrid and Barcelona mostly dominated La Liga, which is the top flight of Spanish football. The two of the most successful clubs in Spain and in the world. The rivalry can also be traced back after the events of the Spanish Civil War, where Francisco Franco, the Spanish dictator at the time, favored Real Madrid and used the club almost as a propaganda figurehead to represent Real Madrid as a stronger Spanish side. He would also do that by influencing matches and rigging them in favor of Real Madrid, and would sometimes hijack signings from Barcelona. Alfredo Di Stefano, for example, was supposed to go to Barcelona, but instead, under the influence of Francisco Franco, he went to Real Madrid. At his 11 years at the time at the club, Di Stefano won Real Madrid 18 major trophies. Barcelona fans and the media were clearly not happy about that, and the wedge and hostility between both of these teams grew larger and larger throughout the years. And the peak of El Clasico, and why I think it's the peak of El Clasico, because you have two of the best footballers in the world, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, were also being coached by two of the best managers of all time, Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola. In 2008, Barcelona would need of a new manager after going on a bit of decline. The candidates to become the new Barcelona boss were either Jose Mourinho, who is a world-renowned coach, or Pep Guardiola, who at the time did not have any coaching experience. Under the influence of club legend Johan Cruyff, Barcelona chose Pep Guardiola to take up the job, ultimately rejecting Jose Mourinho. In his first year as boss, he has won them 6 major trophies for Barcelona, which will make him the first manager in history to accomplish this feat. And he also dominated the El Clasicos and even curated the greatest team of all time. After getting bested by their arch rivals and getting dominated in the Clásicos, Barcelona, Real Madrid were in need of a new manager to bring them back to their glory. The team was playing well, but they weren't playing good enough to triumph over Guardiola's Barcelona. They appointed Jose Mourinho, who had previously won the Champions League the previous season, and who would be Madrid's 10th manager since 2003. In his first year as manager, Jose Mourinho was able to curate a team with top talent that can counterattack at blistering pace, and also a team that can rival Barcelona, who was unstoppable at the time. In the first Clásico, Barcelona put up a show and humiliated Real Madrid 5-0 at Camp Nou, which is Barcelona's home stadium. Real Madrid's club president even went on and said it is one of the most humiliating defeats that the club has ever suffered in history. In their second encounter, they both drew 1-1 at the Bernabeu, which is Real Madrid's home stadium. The third encounter was in the Copa del Rey final, where Madrid were able to beat Barcelona 1-0 due to a beautiful header by Cristiano Ronaldo in extra time. They won their first Copa del Rey trophy in 18 years and their first piece of major silverware since winning the league in 2008. Their fourth and final encounter were in the Champions League semi-final, where Madrid would lose 3-1 in aggregate in the two legs. In the first leg, it was a toxic affair. 46 fouls, 5 yellow cards, and 2 red cards. Madrid struggled to come back in the second leg due to Messi's 2 goals in the first. At this point in time, Real Madrid were looking to redeem themselves after getting knocked out of the Champions League semi-final and also losing the league to Barcelona once again. They faced off 6 times this season, twice in the league, twice in the Spanish Super Cup, and twice in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals. Barcelona once again knocked Madrid in both competitions and even beat them 3-1 at the Bernabeu. Their final encounter, however, was at Camp Nou, Barcelona's home stadium, which is a crucial match or crucial game to win if either of them want to become the champions of Spain. Madrid opened the scoring sheet, making it 1-0, and they entered halftime with a comfortable lead over the arch rivals Barcelona. Unfortunately for them, in the first 20 minutes of the second half, Barcelona replied with a goal of their own, tying the game 1-1. Shortly after, Ronaldo scored a match-decisive goal, winning the game for Real Madrid, and essentially snatched the title away from Barcelona, becoming champions of Spain since 2008. When he scored his match-decisive goal, Cristiano Ronaldo went up to the Barcelona fans, telling them to calm down, I'm here. It is stuff like this is why I love El Clasico, and also stuff like that, why El Clasico will remain one of the top sports rivalries in the world. The intensity, the atmosphere, and the things at stake would never be outdone by any sports rivalry in the world, and is the reason why I love football, and also why I keep up with El Clasico today. So far, here's my audience, and that's the speech.